Hi guys, it's me again. I know it's been a while, but I thought it was the perfect time to create content right now. And one of the things I want to talk about was some of the things I didn't like in Vietnam. And right now you're hearing one of them. You hear that karaoke? That's 2 streets away. See? You hear that? 2 streets away. It's like you're right beside them. So there's a lot of what I call noise terrorism here, and you'd be surprised. So you have the karaoke's, and they like really belt out. They'll basically close down a neighborhood and just capture it with sound, right? And you have no choice but to wait for it to end. You cannot wait for it to end. You cannot call the police. You cannot stop them. You know, it's unstoppable. Second is they're like daily vendors here in motorcycles with like pre-recorded voices. So they're on megaphones, okay? So there's this thing called the bun bao. So there's a motorcycle that goes by slowly, has a megaphone with a recording. It just goes bun bao, bun bao, bun bao. And it goes on until like 1 a.m. And it's so noisy that, for example, if I make a video, I live at the 3rd floor and the motorcycle's on the ground floor. The sound will just dominate the video. Like you won't be able to hear anything else. If you're in a conference call and a meeting at work, for a few seconds that it passes by, you are not gonna be able to hear anything, and everybody's gonna, in your call, will hear the bun bao. There have been times where 2 bun bao motorcycles cross each other, so it's double the noise. There's just no regulation for the volume. I don't have anything against the business. I think it's awesome, but I wish the volume would be regulated, because I heard the same thing in Cambodia and it was just loud enough to be heard at the 1st floor. And I think, you know, that's what should be done here. But obviously that's not going to be the case because they've been doing it a long time. And the third reason now I'm having problems with is a homeowner or a landlord building, commercial building. When they rent out the 1st floor, it includes like the sidewalk. So for example, this bar right here, they rent the inside, but it includes the sidewalk. Now, normally that's not a problem, but what's happening, like especially for me where I reside, I have no more parking because my landlady of the building, she rented the 1st floor to a spa, and they got the spa plus the inside parking and the outside parking. And so I'm out literally on the streets every day just trying to find parking. But when I do find parking, it's also being rented out to other facilities, renting out the space, literally the street. So I thought that was kind of impossible that you can rent out the sidewalk, because that's supposed to be communal property, but not here. It's part of the rent. And I got into a big dispute about it because people kick us out. We move across and there's this Korean restaurant, just want us park there. And then we move to the left a little bit and they just move our motorcycles wherever they want. And you just have no idea what's going on. And so that's one of the few bad things here. The thing is, you know, there's still a lot of good. It very much outweighs the bad. But, you know, I wish there's a proper parking situation, less noise, and less noise terrorism, basically. That and, well, you know, there's still a little bit of trash here and there. There's still a little bit you know, it's not perfectly clean, far from it, but it's cleaner than other cities. It's not the dirtiest city I've been to, but it could use some improvement, you know. But then I always joke that a clean city, my experience, has never been a cheap one. If a city is pristine like Japan or Singapore, man, those are expensive cities in my experience. Am I wrong? So that's it for today. 3 things that I don't like while living in Da Nang, Vietnam: the bun bao, karaoke, and the lack of parking. That explodes into, you know, when you're walking on sidewalks, it's on motorcycles, and when I have to park myself, I have no parking. I have to go across the street where it's already occupied. So that's the good and the bad. Well, this episode has been more the bad, but those are the things that I didn't really expect living here in Manila. So the next episode, see ya.